Hello, welcome to News Roundup, where we bring you highlights and key stories. I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. First, the headlines. Nigeria Labour Congress reacts to telecoms tariff hike, gives March 1st alert to shut telecom services. Kogi government trains 1,000 youths in skills acquisition program. Flying Eagles to battle Egypt, South Africa and Morocco in Group B at Under-20 AFCON. Now the news in detail. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has expressed outrage over the hike in tariffs by telecommunications companies, despite an earlier agreement reached with the federal government and the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, and demanded immediate reversal of the increase to avoid unpleasant consequences. Recall that the federal government and NLC had about 2 weeks ago emerged from a meeting to see how the price hike could be reduced from the proposed 50%. A 10-man committee comprising 5 members from each of the two parties was constituted and given 2 weeks to further deliberate on the issue before a decision was taken. The 2-week deadline given to the committee ends this week, but some of the telecommunications companies have already effected a hike of 50% in data. The NLC threatened that the failure of the telecommunications companies to revert to the old tariff by the end of February 2025 will attract a total shutdown of their operations nationwide from March 1st, 2025. Meanwhile, leaders of the NLC in a communique at the end of a Central Working Committee meeting in Lokoja, Kogi State on Tuesday, urged workers and citizens to suspend purchase of data from the telecommunications companies. The communique, signed by the President and General Secretary of the Congress, Joe Ajaero and Emma Ugboaja, respectively, directed state councils and industrial union affiliates to commence immediate sensitization and mobilization of their members and the general public within their jurisdictions. Moving on, the Kogi state government has commenced training for 1,000 youths in skills acquisition towards attaining significant strides in human capital development. The program, which is implemented by the state-owned Nigeria-Korea Friendship Institute for Vocational and Advanced Technology, is part of the Ododo Youth Empowerment and Skills Acquisition Program, or YESA, designed to equip young people with industry-relevant skills. Speaking on the impact of the project, Director of NKFI, William Charles Oluwatoyin, emphasized that the initiative aligns with Governor Ododo's vision of building a skilled workforce to drive the state's economic development. According to the Director, the first set of participants were selected from the 21 local government areas of the state and are currently undergoing training in 9 specialized fields, including automotive mechatronics, welding and fabrication, compressed natural gas conversion, networking and system security, software development, solar power installation, and photography. He noted that the initiative is intended to empower local talent and ensure that Kogi has the necessary expertise to meet its industrial and infrastructural needs.
By the time His Excellency is done, with the first tenure, he will have trained over, let's say 1,000 youths. And this 1,000 youths will have let's assume that they have two dependents. That is, if 1,000 you have two dependents, about 2,000. So about 3,000 to 4,000 or 5,000 persons will have been empowered.
In another development, the Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo said the state government will support the frontline healthcare workers who have continued to provide essential services on the front lines across the 21 local government areas in the state. Governor Ododo made this known in Lokoja during the opening ceremony of training for frontline healthcare workers in all primary healthcare centers in the state. Represented by his deputy, Comrade Joel Salifo, Governor Ododo noted that the revitalization of over 150 primary healthcare centers and commitment to enhancing the skills of healthcare workers is in line with his vision to create a healthier Kogi state. He commended the dedication of the frontline health workers, describing them as the backbone of the healthcare system. He assured that his administration will continue to prioritize the safety and well-being of health workers in the state.
His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo is proud to say that we are making tremendous progress in strengthening our healthcare system. Kogi State Government has revitalized over 70 primary healthcare centers in the state. In addition to this, 88 more centers driven by the Impact Project in the state are presently undergoing revitalization.
Earlier in his address, the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Abdulaziz Adams, noted that the initiative is a significant step in ensuring that health workers are well equipped and well prepared to handle health emergencies.
This training is not just about acquiring new skills. It is about building a culture of excellence, compassion, and empathy in our healthcare system. It is also about working together as a team, which is most important, support each other, and leverage on our collective expertise to achieve better healthcare outcomes.
The Executive Director, Kogi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muazu Musa, noted that the training is designed to enhance the skills and capacity of frontline healthcare workers, describing them as foot soldiers and first point of contact for people who need healthcare services at the grassroots.
We recognize that the primary healthcare system in our state faces numerous challenges, which include inadequate infrastructure, inadequate skilled personnel, and limited resources. We are hopeful that this training will go a long way to address some of these challenges in capacity building of our local government.
High point of the ceremony is the presentation of protective equipment to frontline healthcare workers across all primary healthcare centers in the state. And Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo has called for deeper collaboration among security agencies operating in the state to advance the administration's zero tolerance for crime in all parts of the state. Governor Ododo disclosed this during a meeting with local government chairmen, members of the state's vigilante service, and professional hunters at the government house in Lokoja. The meeting centered on evolving new strategies for improving community safety, enhancing coordination among security agencies, and reinforcing the role of local stakeholders in the fight against crime in the state. Chairman of Yagba West Local Government Area, Tosi Olokun, who doubles as the chairman of the Association of Local Government of Nigeria in the state, noted that Governor Ododo's moves to engage local government officials, vigilante service members, and professional hunters is a crucial step in enhancing grassroots security efforts and building needed synergy in the state security architecture, particularly in remote areas where the presence of the conventional security agencies may be limited. Recall that the Kogi state government had re-engineered the vigilante service and professional hunters by making them increasingly pivotal in maintaining security of lives and property at the grassroots level, with enhanced welfare package that is helping the government to combat operational challenges among security operatives in the state. The news roundup is coming to you on Lugardtv. Do stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. The Kogi Fashion Shared Facility in Okene under the Kogi Enterprise Development Agency, KEDA, has created over 70 direct jobs under the administration of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. According to a press statement, the Managing Director, KEDA, Mohammed Okeje, said that the development underscores the commitment of the state government to foster employment and enhance skill development in the state. He noted that the facility has provided employment opportunities for over 70 individuals with the intention of taking youth off the streets and empowering them with meaningful work experience and steady stream of revenue at the facility. Okeje said the facility has commenced sampling of the Kogi State Vigilante attires following the signing of a memorandum of understanding with the agency to produce attires for the vigilante service, a move he noted showcased the capacity of the organization to produce high-quality apparels for different categories of clients. He urged the people of the state to patronize the shared facility for their fashion needs in a bid to ensure that the facility meets its mandate of serving the fashion needs of people in the state. The Kogi State government has reaffirmed commitment to the advancement of education of women and girls in the state. The technical advisor to the state governor on multilateral agencies and donor-funded projects, Dr. Abdullahi Ozomata, stated this at a mentorship day organized by the Association of Nigerian Female Students at the Federal University, Lokoja. He assured that the Kogi State government under Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo will continue to invest in education as a way of promoting human capital development among the people of the state.
Let's not confuse culture, education, and religion. It is very, very important in talking about women's agenda. No matter what, we need to take note of the culture of where you are coming from, the religion you practice, and now the education. You have to put these three together to enable you to take a firm and a rightful decision in your life.
The State Commissioner for Youth and Sports Development, Monde Anyebe, urged the female students to prioritize their education and personal growth, describing them as holders of the key to national progress.
We're encouraging our nation to be better than it is today. So please don't take it for granted. We are putting the bulk of the betterment of this nation on your shoulders.
Meanwhile, the representative of the Kogi State Commissioner for Women Affairs, Amir Hajarat, praised the organizers for the exceptional work in assembling a distinguished group of dignitaries for the program and encouraged them to view the success as the beginning of even greater accomplishments. Earlier, the convener and president of the Kogi State chapter of the Association of Nigerian Female Students, Suleiha Fache, underscored the importance of sustained efforts in promoting girl-child education and mentorship. She encouraged young girls to take charge of their futures, resist negative influences, and embrace their full potential. She further highlighted the pivotal role of women in shaping society and reaffirmed the association's commitment to the education of the girl child as a step towards nation building. The rector of Kogi State Polytechnic, Professor Salisu Ogbo, has restated his commitment to the welfare of students and staff of the institution and promotion of academic excellence as he begins his second term in office as the will of the institution. Professor Ogbo made this known during a press briefing to announce the end of his first tenure and commencement of second tenure as rector of the institution. He applauded the Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo for extending his tenure, noting that his tenure saw significant advancements in the institution, with emphasis on academic excellence, infrastructure development, staff and students' welfare and security of the institution. He further noted that despite some inherited challenges ranging from deficit in ICT, poor research culture, insecurity, cultism, and other social vices, the institution, through its 3R mission of repair, reform and restore, has addressed the numerous challenges faced by the institution.
4 years ago, the then Executive Governor of Kogi State, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Yahya Adoza Bello, CON, reposed a huge trust in me by confirming my appointment as substantive rector of Kogi State Polytechnic. The charge then was for me to continue the implementation of the education vision of his new direction agenda in the Polytechnic. Few months ago, the chief servant of the people, the executive governor of Kogi State, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo, gave me the nod to continue for another fresh term of 4 years. While my initial appointment and confirmation was an iconic moment in my life, my reappointment for a second term humbles me beyond measures. I therefore consider it a huge disservice to the trust reposed by the two leaders if I fail to provide highlights of the implementation of their governance vision through the mandate given to me. In essence, this briefing is not about me. It's about the vision of quality education initiated by His Excellency Alhaji Adoza Bello and consolidated upon by His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo in Kogi State Polytechnic.
The rector took pride in the regulation against indiscriminate production and sales of textbooks and introduction of new programs, which he said were a testament to the Polytechnic's rising standards in academic excellence. Moving on to sports, Nigeria's Flying Eagles have been drawn on a challenging group for the 2025 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations. The 7-time champions will face Egypt, Morocco, and South Africa in Group B. The Flying Eagles triumphed 1-0 over Egypt in the group stage during the last edition of the competition. The team will also square off against the Egyptians in a double-headed friendly later this month. Meanwhile, the tournament's host, Côte d'Ivoire, have been placed in a tough Group A, where they will compete against DR Congo, Ghana, Tanzania, and a yet-to-be-confirmed representative from the Central Africa zone. Reigning champions Senegal lead Group C, which also includes Zambia and debutants Kenya and Sierra Leone. The 2025 Africa Under-20 Cup of Nations will take place in Côte d'Ivoire from Saturday, April 26 to Sunday, May 18th. And that is it on this week's episode of News Roundup. Until next week, I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. Thank you for staying with us.